the win. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won the tournament.
They take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Ryan Williams. Still spinning free. Touchdown. The touchdown in the first possession. Back in the game. And he's loose again. Edwards off and running. Welcome back, Donovan Edwards.
He's going to the corner. He's got it.
This is the Gridiron Uncensored.
Yeah, it is. Welcome back, guys. Gridiron Uncensored podcast. We're back from a little break here, and I hope you guys enjoy that intro. It gets me going every time I watch it. Blake worked on, getting all the music going on. Trevor and I were picking clips, and we got that thing set up. I don't know. I really like it. So I hope you guys too do as well. Today we're gonna, kind of close in on this team draft that we did. It was, kind of borrowed this idea from the Mac and Cube show at the start of the 2024 season. And really, they did it kind of a different way. So we just kind of modified it to where we did a point system and just, to see how we'll do at the end of the year. So again, Trevor, Blake, myself, guys, you ready to talk about it? Let's.
Oh, sure. Would everyone love to see how we did with our draft?
Yeah, and make sure you guys in the comments, let us know, like, hey, look at the points when we put it up there. Let us know what you think could improve it or whatever. Interact with us on it. So let's see it, Trevor. Let's.
Without further ado, here is how bad we did.
All right, I've got the point totals on my notes here. Just look at the teams though, and you can kind of feel, some of them did a lot worse than we were expecting. Blake, you want to comment on this?
Yes, it was terrible.
Let me just throw out the points real quick. Just so we know. All right. I came in the middle. They're Brendan. I'm Brendan. All right. 82 points for those of you maybe new watching. My name's also in the corner. All right. I got 82 points. Got the dub. Trevor came in with 77 in second place. Blake, 71 points, third place. Tell us about it, Blake. Who dragged you down the most? I think we know.
Well, we say it every episode. Florida State ruined me. And statistically, or on paper, they should have been one of the best teams in the nation with all the players that they had returning. And it wasn't just me. There was many people across all of the sports world that had them go into the playoffs, national championship, blah, blah, blah. And, smacking it home with like a 2-win season. Fantastic. Yeah. And then I was high on Okie State, returning quarterback, Ollie Gordon, and just a pathetic season. I don't know what happened. And then, Missouri, they was okay. Virginia Tech was okay. Georgia and Ole Miss and Notre Dame was all that really kept me afloat.
Yeah, and again, this is all, we did this as like an NFL draft type thing or like a fancy draft where it was snake style. So we just randomly picked the order of, who's going to go first. I know there's only 3 of us, but that's how we did it. And we did a snake draft. And so, I mean, it was like, hey, all these teams should do something this year. Like we all felt pretty dang confident. We had no idea that 2 of them would fall off completely like that. And then even on, the other side, I think where's my Arizona for me, they completely, I thought they were going to be a, contender, in the Big 12 at least. I know they had a lot of staff changes and whatever, but still with Fafita playing the way he did, I was like, man, this team's going to be something. And they tanked too. So not just Florida State and Oklahoma State shit in the bed. Arizona, you're on my list too. Now I'm an Arizona State fan.
You suck.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought this was really fun little thing. I think we're going to talk about here in a minute, like maybe some ways to incorporate it more during the season. But again, there's the points on the left-hand side. So like Oregon, they came away with 15 points. They had, you get a point per each win, and then they won the conference championship game but then they didn't get anything because they got, blown out in the playoffs. So like theirs ended right there. Ohio State, I got them luck. I had 27 points with them because they won multiple playoff games. You win the Natty, all these things, add up. Like Blake said, Notre Dame for them kept him afloat big time. Trevor, you want to talk about your squad that you picked? Anything really that sticks out to you the most? Kansas, maybe your team per Colton.
Yeah, Kansas kind of let me down a little bit. I mean, honestly, it's Utah. The whole Big 12 is just disappointing me. Really, really. Yeah. What I thought I knew what I knew, and it was wrong. So there's that. LSU, I honestly was really disappointed with LSU this season.
Yeah, I thought they'd go a little further.
And with Texas, I thought that they would. I don't know. I guess I thought they would just do more in general than what they did.
Win that Natty.
Yeah, I
thought they'd back be there. with all that they had.
I thought they'd be there. I mean, they were one of the most veteran teams outside of Ohio State coming back this year. So Texas, I feel like was a disappointment as well. Doesn't mean that they didn't have a decent season. They did. But I know that I guarantee you that it was not nearly where they were striving for.
Yeah. Blake?
What you want to know?
Oh, I thought you said something. My bad. No, I just on my side, Liberty, I thought they were going to be the one to come out of the group of 5. I think, Trevor, I thought you had that too. I was initially, I picked Texas State, I think, off like a cuff type thing. But then when we came to the team draft, I was like, I feel I'm going Liberty. And then they blew it too. So Boise State, I'm surprised that nobody picked Boise State now that I'm looking at this. I think
at the time.
Yeah.
I don't think we knew how good.
At the time, we went into this thinking there was a lot of strong Power 4 conference teams.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And when we did this, we all said, when I picked LSU, you all said that was a good pick. And that was my last pick.
Yeah,
in reality, preseason, every team on this board was a good pick.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about Texas returning all those starters. I mean, that's how Ole Miss was, Florida State was, Oklahoma State was like that. Missouri, that was a big letdown with Cook and what was that receiver? What was his name?
Luther Burden.
Yeah, Luther Burden. Yeah. And all year they couldn't connect. And then
NC State, nobody picked them, but they were let down.
Thank God, honestly.
Yeah. Good God.
Jeez. And
people were high on
it's
them.
Weird. I'm looking at this again, and I'm reminded of my preseason picks for like conference championship, and I had NC State in the conference championship game against Clemson, but I didn't draft it. I don't know. When you're in that heat of the moment draft, you're like, I don't know. So that was strange. But you're looking at like 6-round picks for Blake, Oklahoma State. They had so much production returning, flop. Mm-hmm. Virginia Tech, with drones and so much, coming back there, flop. So even, like I said, Arizona State for me, Liberty, I don't know. It's interesting. So I definitely think it's something we're going to continue doing. We'll do a 2025. Sure. And do you guys feel like anything that you would change points wise or?
No, I think I'm okay with that because it's competitive enough, and I think it's good enough for the way it is, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fair.
Somebody will have to let us know in the comments if they have any suggestions on the point system they want us to do this year.
Yeah, is there anything maybe like rivalry wins or something like that if you want to add in? I don't want it to get too jumbled, but I feel like
how you have the points set up is fine. The only thing I would change is the draft order, like maybe randomize it each time, or something. Because the 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, I don't like the 3 getting 2 picks back to back.
That's fair, especially especially with a small group like it's not like a like a 12-man football fantasy football draft or something where the talent kind of disperses. But no, I think that's a fair thing. I'd probably just, again, give more updates on it during the regular season, kind of let you guys know where we're at since, we did a show about it. Then you kind of forget about it. So I think we'll try to do better on that, maybe like a mid-season update type thing. Anything else, guys, on the team draft? I thought it was kind of neat, and we'll see how it goes in 2025 because I feel like there's a lot of question marks out on the field this year. So
there is a bunch across the nation with as many quarterbacks.
A lot everywhere.
Plenty of room for us to get
There's a whole lot of influx of young talent that is going to be playing day one.
Absolutely, I'm excited to see it. All right, boys, let's. You guys ready for mailbag? It's kind of going to be a shorter episode. Maybe it depends on how this mailbag conversation goes. But so we had some mailbag questions from some friends, some followers on social media, and the first one, spring game conversation is pretty big right now. We covered that in our last episode, talking about canceling spring games. Is this the end of them? We said it could be. Teams are trending that way, but maybe there's other alternatives. Whatever. And that's going to touch on one of the mailbag questions. And but first, let's go on with the first question. What do you think the effect will be on teams that do not play a spring game? Will there be any at all? What do you guys think? Is it a non-factor, or will it screw teams up?
It's just a televised practice, really. I mean, they're just doing what they do, in closed facilities and stuff. It's nothing that's going to affect their play or anything.
So the only thing I'll say to that is that I tend to agree that it won't affect anything. However, with college, you have an influx of young people. Probably, I would say, what would you say? Probably 75% of those young freshmen have never seen the size and scope of these stadiums filled up with people and the atmosphere and the noise.
Yeah.
So that aspect of it, I think potentially, not saying it will, but potentially has the potential to affect maybe the younger players and how they react to these full sold out stadiums that are loud and crazy. Because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, maybe some of these guys are used to maybe all 4 years of their high school career they went to the state title. But let's be honest, even the state title, most of those stadiums that they play in are not filled to the brim with people and crazed college fans at that.
Yeah.
So what I'd say to that is that's the only thing that I say that might affect, but I don't overall the team and how they play and everything like that with the senior leadership and everything like that. I just don't think it'll affect too much, except the development of composure of the younger players in those kind of atmospheres.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Blake, I agree. I mean, they're going to practice either one way or another. I guess it's just how they determine that last practice should be, because you only get 15 during the spring. So it's like you want to make sure you've seen teams that go light on tackling during the spring, and then they struggle with that during the regular season, at least early, until they come up to game speed or they get that mid-season form. You know what I mean? So to me, it's if you're not doing a spring game, you better be doing something like a spring game by like internally, having that same intensity, trying to dial that up. But I agree, Trevor, with the young guys, even, ones that you expect to be in the rotation or maybe even starting, you see a lot with the young quarterbacks, getting them that game atmosphere, getting them that adrenaline, feeling that pumped up. You come out running, say for the Michigan, you run out of the tunnel, all that shit. Bama, same thing. You get packed stadiums in the SEC. Ohio State, I mean, they fill out their stadium for spring games. So I do see that angle on it, as being something that the young guys need. And maybe I know guys that maybe not seeing the field, but that's different than are they going to be prepared for the regular season? That's a whole nother offshoot. So yeah, I don't know. I think it can have some effect, but it just depends on what they do. If they cancel a spring game, they've got to have something that replicates the intensity. You don't want to just go out there, in my opinion, and fiddle around and have like, fun and games and shit, and you end up like Ole Miss, missing the playoffs with a loaded roster. Sorry, had to say it. So, anything else on that, boys? I don't know,
No,
Blake.
I think that's pretty
Good
much
point.
it. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So thank you for that question. We do appreciate it. Let us again know what you guys think. Does it affect, how a team might play if they cancel the spring game? The next one just popped up yesterday. Deion Sanders. We've given our fair share of flack towards this man just because they won't shut the hell up, especially the first season. They talk so much. And then what did they do? Nothing. Early this season, they were just yapping, talking. They were struggling. And then they shut up. And then they started playing football and they started winning games and they were making movement. Okay, this is what we wanted to see. I don't mind, some moxie and stuff like that, but when you keep talking, you won't stop. That's when people get annoyed. But now he's chatting in the offseason about spring games because everybody's canceling. Michigan State just canceled today, said they're not going to do one. He comes out and says, hey, I like the NFL model where we like scrimmage against other people, like, other teams, like give us something to see where we're actually at. It's one thing to play against yourself, but playing against others, getting that feel, that vibe. I know, some friends hate that word, but the vibe of it. What do you guys think about that? Maybe, doing a, playing game against a local FCS school or another maybe FBS school. I don't know. Fran Brown from Syracuse said he's about it. He commented to him, said, let's do it. I'll give you 3 days.
I think it's retarded.
Do you?
You can't come out and say you're not going to play a spring game because you're afraid of risking injury and blah, 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 but then turn around and say you want to play another team. In reality, I like it. It'd be cool, but why cancel the spring game just to turn around and play a spring game against another team?
So I would say the whole tone of it sounds very hypocritical. No spring game.
Well, I think it
it
depends. So Deion wants the spring games. He likes it. And so he was like, well, instead of doing just like us versus us, let's do us versus them while others are canceling. Let's give these people something, and also gives us something. So to me, I'm about it. Like instead of canceling it because whatever reason,
I don't think the spring game is worth a damn, but the way it's modeled right now. But I also don't think that there's anything to gain from doing an actual game with another team. There is only one thing that can go wrong with that. And it's going to happen. Someone will get hurt. Something will go wrong. And if a senior, blows out his ACL for a game that does not mean shit, then, all I can say is to the kid's family, take out insurance on these kids if they're going to start doing that.
Yeah, I just prefer I prefer the spring game format. You can see the 4th string, 5th string, and I know teams would probably throw them in there in like a in the other aspect, but I'd prefer to see my team against my team in the spring, so you can see both sides of the ball, every position, instead of it's just going to be a bunch of bullshit run plays and nothing crazy. If they played other teams, it's not like it's going to be an actual game. So I'd rather just see like an enhanced practice and see what my team actually has.
That's fair. And, for me, I don't mind it, especially like if you do say FCS schools, in the area, give them something. You guys everybody gets, a little bit of practice reps because they do that in the NFL, but obviously these guys are fully paid athletes, all that shit. I got it.
But I don't like the NFL. So that's, I guess, why I don't like that.
I guess what's the difference, between NFL and college is not much on the sense of
not much anymore. Not that they've changed it all, but prior to, changing everything, there was
football though.
Yeah, so, but there's the passion. It's the passion.
And I'm talking about practice wise.
How much people care about it.
You're still hitting, you're still playing football, in this sense, it would still be there's passion because it's college and I don't know. I think it could be a good thing. We'll see what happens.
In general, the
with it.
stadiums are bigger.
Well, college
And better.
College,
And
no
better.
doubt, is better than the NFL. But I'm saying when it comes to playing football, there's not much difference. It's just there's 32 teams. We have 130. That's to me the best part. Is there's so much change. But outside of that, football's football. The kickoff rule's stupid. Shit like that. In the NFL. But
there are some things that I'd like to see them change. I really, really, really wish they would change the overtime rules.
That too.
But that I don't see them doing that anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the NFL is doing on that shit. But when I mean that, I mean like football wise, rules. That's maybe another episode we can do. Why the NFL sucks compared to the college football. But we'll digress on that.
Oh, I love
so
it.
you guys let us know what do you think about that. I know it's a hot topic right now, just because teams are canceling. Some are like, no, we're playing. Some are saying it doesn't matter if you play a spring game. People are still going to try to poach your fucking players. Some are saying, well, I'm going to hide mine away. There's scouts everywhere, man. These people know.
There's Connor Stallions everywhere.
Exactly. They're in the Poseidon aircraft flying over already.
Poseidon
I know Stallions is up there right now for old Michigan.
Oh yeah.
Hey, go blue. But either way, help us out this year. Jesus. So either way, that's an interesting topic. You guys, again, let us know in the comments, especially YouTube, all that. That helps us a lot.
Definitely put some messages in there. If you guys want to hear us talk about some stuff, now's the time to have us talk about it before we start getting into the preseason, the previews of all the teams and all the conferences.
Yeah, season previews are coming up soon. I mean, spring ball is starting. Some places it's already been going on. Like Michigan today just started. I know other schools have started today. So we're going to start getting these season previews, and we'll get busy. So right now, throw us mailbag questions, and we'll try to answer it to the best of our ability. All right, guys. Anything else? Like I said, short episode. I'm good. We're going to hit up some more. We got plenty more mailbag questions to go through, and talking about some coaching stuff on the next episode. So we hope to see you there. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share it. All that type of good stuff. We of course appreciate you. Anything else, gents?
I'm ready.
That's about it. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you guys.
Later.